Ever since I got some hands-on time at Summer Game Fest Playdays, I've been wanting to spend some more time with Escape Academy, and that finally happened yesterday. I got to sit down with my daughter, and we played it for a couple of hours, and man, did we have a blast. It's not without its real tension, though. This is a game that simulates the idea of having to escape from different rooms that have all kinds of deadly scenarios that are playing out. You might have gas seeping into a room, or it might be filling with liquid. You've always got the countdown timer, no matter what is happening. So even if you don't have a deadly thing that's going to kill you, you're always looking at the top of the screen as the seconds and the minutes are ticking away. And that tension really comes into play with your relationship with your partner. And I noticed my daughter and I were both kind of barking orders at each other. No, go over there. Look at this. Look at this. And trading off different tools and trying to figure out everything together and high-fiving every time that we did. It is an awesome cooperative experience. Now, we haven't dug super far into the adventure or into the story mode of the game, which challenges you with these somewhat innocuous opening sequences that you think, oh, okay, I've figured all of this stuff out. You find the right keys, or you turn on some ultraviolet lights and, some kind of weird paint is shown, and it gives you clues, and you start thinking that you've got this, and then you recognize that some secret door will open up and you'll have to go into another chamber, and you've got to figure out all the stuff that's in that little area, and some of it links back to the room that you were just in. And what you can do, obviously, in cooperative mode is work on individual parameters independently of each other as you're shouting at each other across the couch or beside each other on the couch, but maybe across the room or in opposite rooms on screen. It's all handled by a split-screen interface. I haven't played it online, but I've heard that even in online, when you play cooperative, it's also split-screen, which is a bit weird, but I think it's because it's truly cooperative in nature. You need to look at what your partner is looking at. They might pick up some kind of code key or something like that that will help you to unscramble letters that you might see painted on the wall, and you need to be able to look over at that screen if you don't have that. Of course, you can share items within your inventory, especially if you kind of split focus and divide and conquer a little bit. But man, this has a lot of incredible ingredients, including the storytelling, which really evokes elements of Hogwarts and the Harry Potter lore, which my kid is right into, so she appreciated that. But you are challenged and engaged by a bunch of these professors to become this champion escape artist, and you're constantly looking at how you're doing and how quickly you're solving these things, and the game does a great job at sort of analyzing all that data and letting you know how good or how poorly you have done. And of course, there are consequences. You will run out of time, and you can choose to replay the whole thing all over again, or you can kind of take a little bit of a hit and get some extra time to try to solve those last puzzles that you couldn't. We had a very tough time putting this down. We could have played it all freaking night, but it was time for my kid to go to bed. I can't recommend this game enough, especially to those of you that have Xbox Game Pass. You can download this right now. It's available right now. It's on other platforms as well, but it's pretty damn special. I haven't played enough that I can score it, but we had a great time. The only thing that I would say is that I wish it ran a little smoother. It doesn't run at 60 frames per second. We're playing on the Xbox Series X, so it felt a little choppy, a little chuggy, and sometimes lining up some of the mechanics, with the character, like putting a screwdriver in the right place or something like that, became a little bit clunky and cumbersome. That could be tuned, and maybe it will be patched and run a little bit nicer, but I did notice a little bit of choppy, chuggy kind of qualities in there. But I'm loving it, and I can't wait to play some more with my kid. I want to hear what you guys think of Escape Academy in the comments below. And I also wanted to circle back because I had a chance to catch up with the two co-founders of Coin Crew Games, the company that built this game, and I wanted to share that with you guys right now.
Hey, I'm Mike Salyh. I'm one of the two co-founders of Coin Crew Games.
I'm Wyatt Bushnell, and I'm the other co-founder of Coin Crew Games. We built Escape Academy, which is a co-op escape room adventure game set at the titular Escape Academy, where every classroom is an escape room, and that's how you learn how to become the world's greatest escapist.
When we started Coin Crew Games, we were actually building real-world escape rooms and arcade machines. But when the pandemic started, that wasn't going to work out for us much longer, and we knew we needed to make a pivot. So we decided to take kind of the specialization, our skills in that field, and pivot and make a video game that brought the co-op escape room experience home.
Frankly, the biggest learning experience for us was just like when we built arcade games, we were building like 3 minutes of game, And now we had to make 8 hours, and a lot happened in those 7 hours and 57 minutes. So that probably the scale of the project really was the biggest learning experience for us.
We're really big on play testing, and throughout the entire development process, we were bringing as many as 4 groups in a week to play the rooms, because you can't really test your own puzzles, you know the answers. Yeah. And so for us, like, that community feedback and those notes have just been huge from the start. And as we keep developing more content, we want to keep the community, involved with that and making more puzzles.
We took a lot of inspiration from real-world escape rooms. We've got a lot of friends in LA that built a lot of escape rooms, and so they were a lot of fun to have as playtesters, and being able to always have that kind of real-world application to sort of anchor ourselves to helped. So, whenever we had a design decision, we were like, what would we do in a real-world escape room?
And then also just some of the classics of video game escape rooms, like 999, like The Room. Those games are just huge inspirations to us as we started this development.
We definitely plan on keeping digital games part of our corporate strategy. That's weird to say. We definitely plan on releasing more digital titles, but frankly, we do want to figure out a way to sort of hybridize both approaches because we have that unique experience.
It's just been so supportive and awesome to bring the game out here and see the feedback and get the chance to show what we've been working on for nearly 2 years now to the broader public. It's great.
Being a self-hating game dev, I was pretty sure people were going to hate it, but it's been really nice that wasn't the case.
We're great. The most flattering thing to hear is whenever a player says, "Wow, that was like a real escape room." And I think one of my favorite moments is always when I look over and I see 2 players high five, or when I see them writing notes on a real piece of paper. That to me is just the best praise I can get.
It has been, coming from the location-based space, you don't get a lot of die-hard fans for titles, but it's been really nice even just doing our limited demos on Steam to get that community feedback to be like, well, we'd really like to see this feature, and we're like, yeah, we can do that. And so that's been a lot of fun.
Do you expect this game to bring couples together or tear them apart?
Little column A, little column B.
Yeah. I guess somebody divorced over Escape Academy. Is that a win? Any press is good press.